Hello Days of Our Lives fans, and welcome to Daytime Dramatics channel. Belle helps Abe with a plan to oust Rawlings as mayor, and it involves Paulina, plus, Kate mixes telling Philip about Victor. Thursday, August 17th, 2023, today on Days of Our Lives, Abe shocks Rawlings with his plan, Kate reminisces about Victor, and Xander reels over his uncle's death, but there's no love lost for Steve. Rawlings visits Shawn in the commissioner's office, demanding he arrest Paulina Price for assault. After Shawn watches the video, he asks, "You want me to arrest Paulina Price because she poked you in the chest?" "She poked me hard," Rawlings responds. "He nearly fell over backward. Plus, per his doctor, he has a contusion of the sternum." Shawn thinks they should focus on higher priorities, but Rawlings declares, if he wants to keep his job, Paulina will be in handcuffs by end of day. Belle comes to see Abe at Steve and Kayla's place. He asks for her help in getting his job back and getting that smug bastard, Clint Rawlings, out of the mayor's office. Paulina comes over to apologize for pushing Abe into the press conference when he wasn't ready. Abe assures her it was his decision. And now, he refuses to let Rawlings turn Salem into a dictatorship. Belle cautions that Rawlings could try to make Abe look unfit for office and make his life difficult. Paulina suggests they wait until Abe gets his memory back. Abe doesn't know when that will happen. He won't sit back as Rawlings tramples over his constituents' rights. Belle gets an idea. At Brady's pub, Roman solemnly tells Kate that Victor's dead. As Kate processes the information, Roman points out there's a lot of water under her bridge with Victor. Kate recalls how they repeatedly burned down that bridge, but once upon a time, they really did love each other. While there was a lot of betrayal and vengeance, they always came together when someone they loved was in crisis. Kate calls them kindred spirits, but Roman is the love of her life. Roman knows Victor understood her better than anyone. "Whether you loved or hated him," Kate says, "there will never be another Victor Kyriakis." After they toast to Victor, Roman vows to be there for Kate when she calls Philip. She doesn't plan to tell Philip and risk him coming back to Salem. He'd be arrested for setting Brady up for his fake death. Roman thinks he could plead not guilty due to mental illness. Kate worries that Brady would retaliate. Roman warns Philip could find out anyway. When she still refuses, he backs down. However, he won't stop trying to talk sense into her. "Good luck with that," Kate deadpans as they embrace. In her office at the hospital, Steve flatly tells Kayla that Victor's body has been recovered. Stunned, Kayla calls it horrible news. Is it? Steve wonders. Kayla knows Victor did horrible things to him. "And to you," he declares. "And a whole lot of other people." Steve doesn't want to dance on Victor's grave, but he also doesn't want to forget what kind of man Victor really was. After Kayla touches base with Brady, Steve apologizes for what he said before. Victor was a father, uncle, and grandfather to people they love who are in pain. Kayla didn't mean to negate his feelings. He can have compassion for Victor's family while having contempt for what he put him through. Steve recalls how Victor brought him to Salem to spy on Kayla and Beau and to bring him the pawn, aka John. It makes him sick to think about what he did back then. He can't even count how many evil things Victor did over the years, but he'll never forgive him for kidnapping Kayla when she was pregnant with Stephanie. In the Spectator's office, Xander texts Maggie for word on Victor. When Chloe asks about the report she gave him, he says he has one question about it. "Have you decided whether you're going to marry me?" Chloe reminds him they're taking time, and it's barely been a day. Xander doesn't need time, but Chloe isn't sure he's over Sarah. Before Xander can fully respond, Justin calls. His face twists as he thanks Justin for letting him know. After hanging up, a stunned Xander says he thought Victor would live forever. He notes there was a time when he would have given his life to earn his uncle's respect. All he wanted was for Victor to see him as a true Kyriakis, but he always refused. It hurt him, so he tried to hurt him back. He recalls Victor retaliating by almost killing him, but relenting and punishing him by making him the gardener. Chloe points out Xander changed Victor's mind about him. He even made Xander CEO of Titan. Xander growls over proving himself to Victor just as Philip came home. Playing them off each other was one of Victor's favorite forms of entertainment. Xander tears up over Victor dying, thinking he was the same degenerate he was when he came to Salem. Despite everything, he loved Victor. Chloe asks if there's anything she can do. He quips she could marry him, but then they'd know she did it for the wrong reasons. Instead, he asks for time alone. Before she leaves, Chloe tells him she loves him. At the hospital, Kayla tells Steve that Victor could be vicious and shocking, but there was another side to him. Her mother fell in love with him, and deep down, he loved her too. As they muse over Caroline and Maggie redeeming Victor, Steve wonders what kind of man he'd be if he didn't have Kayla's love. Steve allows that Victor gave him the best gift he could ever get. You. The love of my life. He believes Victor gave Caroline's love back the best he could. In his memory, he'll keep giving that love back to her. Kayla will hold him to that. He says she won't have to. They wrap their arms around each other and kiss. When Belle visits Shawn in his office, he says working for Rawlings could be a problem. Belle grins. He might not have to worry about that any longer. Belle gets a call from John, then somberly turns to Shawn. She's sorry to tell him, but your grandfather's dead. Rawlings comes to Steve and Kayla's, where Abe informs the acting mayor his tenure has come to an end. Rawlings scoffs. Abe will be laughed out of office. Abe assures him he'll only stay on long enough to appoint his successor. Meet Mayor Paulina Price. As Kate sits alone at the Brady Pub bar, she says Roman's right. She has to tell Philip. Chloe walks up. Alone at the paper, Xander recalls Victor telling him, just before his wedding to Sarah, that he is a true Kyriakis. Of that, I'm very proud, Victor says. In the present, Xander's face crumples. That's it for today. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe for more spoilers and updates.